The moment you provide that claimant with the comfort that they did the right thing by calling, that they're speaking with somebody who cares, which again should be done in 15 seconds, not at the 8.5-minute mark, not at the 13-minute mark, not at all, right? It's got to be done right away so that the claimant thinks, you know what? I have a connection with this person. They care about me. They told me they think they can help. And that's how important CPR in 15 really is.
Welcome to the Intake Playbook, the podcast where we transform your law firm's intake process into a secret weapon. I'm your host, Gary Falkowitz, and I've spent more than a decade helping law firms across the country maximize their intake performance. If you want to stop leaving cases on the table, create a better client experience, and grow your revenue, you're in the right place. Let's dive in.
When your intake team picks up the call, it's absolutely imperative that they show CPR in the first 15 seconds of the call. What's CPR? CPR stands for Compassion and Proactive Reassurance. Now, I could have just said C and R, Compassion and Reassurance, but I really want to accentuate proactive reassurance. It's so easy for when somebody asks you a question, hey, do you guys handle this type of case? And your team reassures the claimant, of course we handle that type of case. But that's not aggressive. That's not proactive. What we need to do, what our team needs to do at the outset of any call within the first 15 seconds is let the claimant know, even stop them. Mrs. Johnson, based on what you just told me, this is exactly what we do every single day. Because as fast as you can provide that reassurance, that's how fast the claimant can become comfortable enough to share their story with you. But it's not just about that proactive reassurance. It's got to be the compassion. If they don't hear the compassion, then you're just as good as any operator in any call center just taking a message. But don't you want to stand out? Don't you want to be a little bit different? Don't you want someone when they're sharing with their spouse about all the different law firms that they spoke with today? Don't you want them to say, but there's this one law firm. They were there to make sure they understood that I'm having a lot of challenges here and they're going to do everything they can to help. Guys, the moment you provide that claimant with the comfort that they did the right thing by calling, that they're speaking with somebody who cares, which again should be done in 15 seconds, not at the 8.5-minute mark, not at the 13-minute mark, not at all, right? It's got to be done right away so that the claimant thinks, you know what? I have a connection with this person. They care about me. They told me they think they can help. And that's assuming we could help, but at least they told me enough about understanding what I went through that I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to show them a little bit of loyalty. I'm not going to call anybody else. And that's how important CPR in 15 really is. You know, I've listened to thousands of calls. If you remove that CPR in 15, what you hear in the claimant's voice, it's almost as if they're saying, well, are they actually listening to me? I just told them that I'm in the hospital and they had no reaction. Do they really care? Because at what point did they say, I'm so sorry for what you're going through? You can hear it in their voice. They may even be thinking, what's going on right now in this conversation? And we have to remember that as a law firm, as intake specialists, we are in a position where the claimant is looking for guidance. They're looking to speak with an expert to tell them, reassure them that they did the right thing by calling. And that's what CPR in 15 does.
Thank you for listening to the Intake Playbook podcast. If this episode sparked a new idea or insight, take a moment to screenshot it and post it in the Intake Playbook group on Facebook. Share what resonated with you or what you'd like me to dive into next. Your input helps shape this podcast, and I'd love to hear from you. Let me ask you this. Is your intake process maximizing every opportunity? If not, I created the Intake Masterclass to help. Inside, you'll get access to the tools and strategies I've used to help firms transform their intake process and turn missed opportunities into measurable wins. Plus, you'll join a network of professionals all focused on growing their firms. The ROI you'll see from refining your intake will speak for itself. Visit intakeplaybook.com today and start making every lead count. Thank you again for spending your time with me on the Intake Playbook podcast. Remember, intake isn't just about systems. It's about building trust and creating connections. Keep pushing forward. And if you're looking for more resources or details from today's episode, check out the show notes at intakeplaybook.com. I'll see you there.